Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I wanted to let you know about my newsletter that I write on Substack called Eccentric Creativity, and this is the podcast version of that newsletter. They usually go hand in hand, kind of coincide with each other. So I put the newsletter out first, and then I usually record the podcast and then add a link in the newsletter about the podcast. So I read this article a few weeks ago, and you can take a look at the newsletter on it. The name of the article is called How the Overwhelmed Mom Can Get a Grip, and it was written by the Stay Well Company. So there's some pretty interesting information in the article. One thing that stuck out was that it states that women average 90 hours a week of laboring, professional, and domestic tasks. They also do a kind of a comparison between the 90 hours for the woman, and they have for the spouse is usually about 60 hours, is what it says in the article, which is interesting. So, 90 hours a week is doesn't seem like very much time to get everything accomplished that you want, especially if you are working 40 hours a week. And in my newsletter, I broke down kind of like the working mom, the one that works 40 hours a week but still has to manage the tasks and duties at home. So I just wanted to read this breakdown that I did. So I said for a mom that has 40 hours a week, 40-hour job, then if we look at that, that's a difference of 50 hours, and which is a little over 7 hours per day to bathe the kids, feed the kids, take care of yourself, to do activities that you need to for yourself, to go work out. Maybe you bring some of your work home. Uh, so it's 7 hours a day for 7 days because things don't stop running on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You still have duties that you have to do. And so by reading that article, it kind of got me thinking about my own personal daily activities. So, for example, I get up at about 5:30 and wake the kids up at about 6. Then I try to convince them to get themselves situated, make sure teeth are brushed and face are washed, and the socks match, and so does the shoes. But there's always a time when somebody can't find one of their socks or one of their shoes, or they don't like the shoes that they're wearing. So after get them situated, I drop 3 off at one school and 1 off at another. My 5-year-old is in kindergarten right now, so he's going to a different school. And then do that work day and then come back and pick them up and work on homework and um, work on board games and read books, and while I'm getting dinner situated. And then we are enjoying or spending time together, and then we are getting ready for bed, taking baths, brushing teeth, and off to bed that we go. And then for a lot of moms out there, if you realize this is your opportunity to kind of catch up on things that you didn't get a chance to catch up on, which is something that I try to do. I try to spend as much daytime as I can with the kids since they're out of school, when they're out of school, and when I'm off work. And then the idea is that after they go to bed, then I can do other things, maybe work on some arts and crafts, or record a video, or wash the dishes that didn't get washed, or whatever other um, laboring tasks that need to be done, domestic tasks that need to be done around the house. That's my opportunity to do it, and also try to get a good amount of sleep also. So so I thought this article was pretty interesting. It goes on to give advice to the moms about what they need to do to prioritize the task, because it's impossible to think that you can do all of what you need to do. So it's just giving advice for the overwhelmed mom. So some of the recommendations is to get the children to help out, which is kind of difficult to teach the 5-year-old how to wash dishes properly. It's just more about being patient, and once they learn how to do it, then you just let them do it themselves. For example, my 9-year-old, I saw him making his own lunch when he was maybe about 6 or 7. And at that point, I decided he knew how to make his lunch, so I didn't have to make his lunch for him. But it kind of worked out for the best for me. It also the article also talks about preparing meals. And in the newsletter, I have a recipe in there, that kind of a recipe that I use, a crock pot recipe, slow cooker recipe, for the times that I'm not really in the mood to cook dinner. So I just wanted to give kind of overview of this article, and like I said, some of the tips that I have is preparing the meals and trying to be as prepared as possible for the morning time. Mornings are pretty rough at my house, and I'm so focused on why the socks keep disappearing. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that article, and if you like this video, take a look at that newsletter. Take a look at the first newsletter also, and listen to the introductory uh, podcast video that I have. I'll link it in this video. And thanks a lot for listening. Bye.